guys, welcome back to the Cold Fries podcast. I'm your host today, this time, Ryan Diaz, and this to my left is, I think it's George. George, under me, it's Ethan, and on this side, on my screen, it's Mayumi. So, we like to bring a new topic this time. Last week, we talked about high school experience. And this time we're gonna go a little bit more deeper into scary, spooky stories and theories. I feel like that's a good topic. So, what do you guys think about the topic today, guys?
We did a bit of research on it. We've looked into a bit of serial killers. Uh, Ethan elaborately explained in the chat that he knows about the Zodiac killer or something like that. Care to elaborate, Ethan?
Hmm?
Elaborate. Okay. In what way? What do you guys want to know specifically about the Zodiac?
I mean, I want to know how you got into it. Like,
How
what
he
made
got
you?
into
Yeah,
it? Well, you're
well, how
asking the
you got
wrong
into it?
guy. Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
think you're asking like how he started killing people. I'm like, I don't
Oh
know.
no, no, no.
But how I got into it? Well, I watched the movie. It's called Zodiac. It's made
Mhm.
by David Fincher. He's the guy who made Fight Club, Seven,
Oh,
Social Network, stuff, movies like that.
yeah, yeah.
So, and it's with Robert Downey Jr., Jake Gyllenhaal. So it's a movie up my alley. And like after watching that, I just got super addicted to it. And I started researching into like the entire like the mystery, the fact that when I watched it, it still wasn't solved. They say that they
Hmm.
found the guy now, like some dude. I think his name's like Brian, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Diaz, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
no, no. I actually saw
No.
one of the dudes that survived the kid, like the streak was his name was Brian.
Yeah.
So like they were supposedly like he was in a picnic with his girlfriend, and then she said that like she saw a man coming from like behind, and she told him, and you know how like relationships are, like the guy completely disregarded the fact that she was feeling like there was danger, right? And
We always know. Women always know.
yeah, and what's it called? It's funny though, and it actually was danger, and she got killed. I think she got stabbed like 10 times.
Damn.
This was just in like a
Yeah,
public park, though.
yeah, it was in a park.
If
Yeah,
I'm
it was.
not, I think that's like one of the scenes of the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I've
yeah.
seen it. I think I've seen it too.
Like they
Yeah.
recreated it, and it was kind of crazy because he just pulls up in like this like mask, and like he kind of just like bullies this couple, and it's like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I saw like the figure they showed. It was like a black like mask with like black clothing. I don't know. It's super weird.
It's like kind of like the executioner from like Shrek, like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like costume.
Hmm.
Yeah. So from like stories like this, like what do you guys think like when the media, it brings out these stories, do you think like they make the story like they inflate the story to be more like more than what it seems? Like I don't know, like sometimes I feel like the media creates like certain characters and it's not really what happens, but do you guys in this story think that it's actually what happened?
The media
I mean,
generally. Oh, go ahead.
I feel like it glorifies things in a way. I
Mhm.
don't know if you guys seen it happening a lot more often. Like we get like serial killers, documentaries, and like
Yeah.
miniseries and Netflix, and
Hmm.
just like a lot of coverage and for profit as well. So I feel like in a way we kind of detached and we're like, well, now it's more like a story, like a thing that
Hmm.
happened, but actual people, are
Yeah,
dead.
are
Like
dead.
it's horrible.
What do you think, George?
The media generally likes to over exaggerate for the sake of the story. And by extension, they do have to rewrite some historical events or people's lives even in order to make the story
Hmm.
appeasable for an audience. But um, what happens mainly that I find more disturbing with serial killers is the glorification of these guys because of how they may look
Yeah.
or like what they've done. So
Yeah.
like if you remember when Dahmer was a thing,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys already know just how many women we're talking about that, and that
like
shit disturbed me.
Yeah, like adding on to that, like it's easy to just like blame the media, but like there's also like they're not just like broadcasting it because nobody's watching it. They're broadcasting it because people are watching it,
Yeah,
and
they get
people
paid for
yeah,
it.
like
Yeah.
they get paid for it. Like yeah, the media obviously exaggerates. That's kind of their job, but like the people are like yeah, they're basically reacting to like the broadcast in such a
hmm
way that's like the media saying, okay, well the people like this, so we're just gonna continue covering it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's both parties have to blame.
I'm not saying
yeah.
it's like a bad thing. It's just how it is. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
Yeah.
how we are
Yeah,
as humans. We just like juicy drama or whatever. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of entertainment like that, and like like Mayumi was saying, like the Netflix series, like for example, the Jeffrey Dahmer one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I watched it and it wasn't like I had never heard of Dahmer before that, so it's like it's kind of information as well. But some people gain entertainment from that, and it's a big industry, I feel like nowadays. But adding on to that, I feel like the Zodiac killer was kind of like one of the smartest, like, serial killers there is out there. Because the way he provided his messages to, like, the public, like using, like, those, like, whatever symbols, and like then now people having to, like, code actual programs to decode the messages he was giving was pretty interesting.
the only thing with the Zodiac is that they just never knew if it was the same guy.
Yeah.
Like so there was a bunch of like copycats that were like
Mm,
also doing crimes posing as the Zodiac killer. So they don't know, and that's the toughest part about like the entire case. There's just so many suspects, and all of them could technically have been the Zodiac killer because there's just a bunch of people like being inspired by the original guy.
yeah. It's
Yeah, for real.
it's like, like I mean bad attracts bad, and I feel like, like he was attracting all these people and like giving motivation to all these people because he basically made killing like basically like a sport. That's how, like, in his messages, he said he like, if I could quote it, where he said he loved like killing people, and then, like, especially like, how most of his victims were like in the younger age group. He would target a younger age groups, which was, in my opinion, disturbing. It makes it a disturbing topic.
I also feel like he because he sent like notes to the police and the
Mm,
police and the news and everyone was trying to be like, oh, why is he doing that? Like, is he trying to get caught or is he trying to get attention? And then like the public saw it and I feel like that encouraged other like, like messed up people and
mm,
they were like, oh, if he's doing this and kind of getting away with it, I can like do the same thing and play with the police and like be like,
yeah,
ha ha ha, I just killed someone
yeah,
and you're not gonna find me. Ooh, and like make it like a fun little game. I'm for sure they're not like aware that they're here like in the actual reality. I feel like those people have like a distorted sense of
yeah,
reality for sure.
yeah. Their moral compass is crazy, but most of the time, also those serial killers, like, not all serial killers actually want attention on their name, which is like,
That's true.
like he was like publicizing like what he was doing, which is he actually knew what he was doing, let's say, per se. And then I feel like, do you guys feel like, so like Ethan was saying, he was saying that it wasn't just one person. Do you guys think the theory that it was like an actual group, like, doing all of this? Do you think it's true?
Uh,
I mean, I don't know if any of us are experts, but we can, get educatedly guess.
Mm,
It could be. I mean, and especially for
like
some circumstances, like it could definitely be possible. Like with
yeah,
specific murderings happening in different towns or states, even like it could very well be a plausibility.
Yeah, because it was all connected to that one city in California, I believe.
Yeah, it was in
So
was it Pasadena, if I'm not mistaken?
uh, I think it. Wait, it has another name.
No, I think I'm thinking of a different.
Fresno or something.
No, it wasn't.
No,
It started
no,
with an A. It's like Alberg something.
It
I
might
don't
be
know.
Alberta, I think. I don't know.
maybe I forgot.
Yeah, but that's pretty insane. I don't know.
But you
You
know what
know?
I didn't forget today?
Uh-huh.
My fries.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were gonna mention that.
So
Like,
Oh
what fries did you
yeah,
guys get?
cold fries. Of course, I only like cold fries.
So we got McDonald's.
Um,
Okay,
Yeah,
Mayumi.
Cold Fries
McDonald's.
podcast.
Go
Brian's
first.
homemade,
Homemade,
beautiful
yeah,
cold
guys.
fries.
Yeah,
That's
It's
George.
already
homemade.
cold since we've been talking, so
I
cold
mean,
fries.
in this podcast, we believe that fries are better like cold, you know.
We don't believe
Quote
that. Well,
We
unquote
believe.
believe.
we
We believe.
we're speaking French now. Je ne croissant.
What do
Yeah.
you mean we? Nintendo we? Nah, hell no. I got me some cold rice instead, cause
Ooh,
Oh,
Alan made it. Our recent cameraman, he made it at my dormitory. It's
oh, for
really
real?
good, and I did not wanna. I don't have a lot of money, so I am eating that instead. It rhymes with fries, so and they're very cold.
fries.
They were in the refrigerator for a day, so I don't want to eat it, but I will
I
eat it.
I bet you're gonna have fun eating that.
You
Absolutely.
must eat it.
It is very healthy for me though, so I will have some. Yeah. You
I
guys
guess
have any
so.
beverages to chow down with?
Mm, not really.
I'm
Some
such a water person. I drink water with vitamin C.
Mm.
oh,
I
I'm
have
actually
that.
drinking that as well.
Nah, I got the
Nah,
tank. I got the Promised Land chocolate milk. Not sponsored.
Oh,
I
Chocolate
want to
milk.
be sponsored by Promised Land. I just chug it. It's just good
the
for me.
chalky milk.
Yeah. It keeps me awake. It has a bunch of nutrition too, so it tastes good and it is good. So I just have
Remember,
it.
guys, it's always good to stay hydrated. Um, and if you guys like cold fries, leave a comment and maybe use the word cold in the comments
Hashtag
and
cold. Yeah.
hashtag cold and we'll pick a comment and we'll put your name or say your name in the next
you
podcast.
keep saying we. You keep saying we.
It's cause we're a group here.
We're an
You know.
entity, yeah. You gotta
Yeah, like
like Coldment and subscribe, and that's how you get it
yeah.
done. There you go.
Let us know down in the comments if you want me to respond in French because we love the word we here.
What languages can we
Oh,
respond in here? We got Spanish, French. What else?
Spanish, obviously French.
French. Yeah,
yeah.
French.
I know Cyrillic, and I learned Vietnamese
Cyrillic?
for yeah. I don't have my
Whoa.
keyboard. I don't have a keyboard, but I know like the letters, what they mean, and how do you say
Hmm.
stuff. If you want me to say a word in Russian, I can say it aloud. That doesn't mean I know what it says or means, but I can read it like and say it.
So
Um,
like we have the photography people at the restaurant I work at, and they're all like Russian. So
Really?
like
Oh,
this one photographer, she was like our age, and she's like the only one that would ever talk to us. Like the other ones, they just like take photos and like we never see them.
Just
But like
dip.
this
uh-huh.
one
Yeah.
girl, and she was teaching us Russian. So like the only word that I remember that she taught us was like Kashmir, and that kind of means like let's go. You know, like
Uh,
ooh, let's go.
there's Davai, there's Kashmir, there's Я люблю мой друг. There's that. There's a bunch of other stuff. It's
Do
kind of
you
complicated. But, oh, what's up?
do you listen to music in Russian?
Hell yeah, dude! I used to listen to
Dude,
so much of it. I don't
Russian music
anymore, but
goes hard.
it's very
Like it
nice.
goes hard.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
actually.
I just know this one guy. I think his name's like Valentin Strikalo.
Hmm.
There's some
No,
Valentines in Russian music. I don't remember that one
I
though.
I'm very bad with names.
I can
I,
relate. I can relate to them.
I'm very bad with names.
There's a bunch
I have
of
Not
a
them.
not
question though,
mhm.
guys. Do you guys have sauces? Because I don't see any of you. with
Sauceless?
sauces. Yeah.
It's sauces.
Oh,
Yeah, for the
sauce. Oh,
fries.
hell no,
Sauce.
no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, sauce check from last episode, guys.
Yeah,
Sauce,
sauce check.
like, I mean, George said he doesn't like sauces, so you know.
No, that has not changed since last time. So,
Yeah,
what you
What?
guys got?
I don't have any sauce, unfortunately. What
Yeah.
about you, Ethan?
Saliva, for sure.
Yeah.
That sucks. Damn. I love sweet and sour. I have sweet
Sweet
and
and
sour
sour.
from McDonald's. It's really good.
Oh,
With fries, what I usually do is some like ketchup and mayo and mix it. And that's like the OG recipe right there.
That's why I don't like sauces anymore.
Why?
My cousin literally made me eat ketchup and mustard and mayo mixed together and made me take a spoon of it. I never liked it again.
what?
Yeah.
That's like the best combo
Spoon.
though.
What, bro? It's just a flurry of whatever the hell's in there. I don't know what it
Well, I
is.
put that on my Five Guys burgers.
Mm.
Like I just get the burger and then I put ketchup and mustard.
Shit.
Is Five Guys like really good? I've heard it's
Yes, it's
expensive.
very good.
It's very good.
It's not that expensive. It's not like a 5-star, but it's pretty good. I think it's
Yeah.
worth it though, and it's just like you just have it. It's right next to FIU. It's next to the Publix at FIU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So might be the
I
next
feel like
trip. Oh, what's up?
it's better than like McDonald's burgers for sure.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Okay,
it?
but
Actually made.
McDonald's gets a bad rep, but I keep them in business because it gets the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
Yeah.
If
it
you're on a
really
road
does.
trip, you have to get McDonald's.
There's one in like every single block, so like, you know, it gets the job done, like Ethan said.
It's also not really
McDonald's
that
is
bad.
transcending. Like, I don't know if you guys, we should do the research. I don't know. But McDonald's is almost like in every country, every continent.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
McDonald's is everywhere.
I got you. I'll tell you right now. Do the
They,
research.
they've opened some in China. They've opened one, I think, in Cuba or something like that. Somewhere like anti-capitalist, and they opened one
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't remember where, but it was somewhere.
I feel like, I mean, I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos on like how McDonald's are in like other countries, and it looks like the equivalent of like, let's say like, for example, Five Guys here. Like some also have like, have you seen like the Starbucks that is like the first Starbucks ever? And it's
Yeah.
like
In
insane.
Seattle,
It-
yeah.
Yeah, that Starbucks is insane. Like for those coffee lovers out there, if y'all ever in Seattle, go to that Starbucks and I bet y'all gonna have a good time. I've only seen it in YouTube videos, but it looks pretty dope.
If you've seen it though,
Have
you
you?
should have seen the line. You remember that thing? Because you have to get another
Yeah, yeah.
Starbucks cup just to be able to survive waiting in the whole line. I think it takes forever.
Yeah. No, but the drinks, like the drinks actually look like the pictures you see on the app, which is insane. Like you know, like your lattes look like the lattes on the app. Like everything looks like the real deal compared
that
to
how-
like this.
That's not how it's supposed
No,
to be.
like Starbucks. Starbucks. No,
I don't
Starbucks
drink
here.
Starbucks. I don't know this. What is it?
No, they just give you a cup and they tell you to get out of the store, and that's
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Like the the stuff they advertise is actually how they advertise. That's so crazy.
in
that's-
one restaurant, so they can claim that's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
That's crazy.
Have
Have you ever
you-
thought about like how U.S. health regulations are just crazy? Like they can literally advertise a Whopper, make it look like so nice, and then they give you something that's just like so bad.
Yeah.
Like actually
Yeah.
made. You can make it yourself from Walmart. You know.
Have you guys ever been to like a McDonald's in another country?
I've been
Yeah.
to Burger King, but not McDonald's.
No, I haven't. I haven't been outside the country at all.
We're gonna
I
change
went to
that.
McDonald's.
We're gonna have a
Yeah, we're changing that. We're going
cold
worldwide.
fries in like Switzerland, bro. And it's gonna
Exactly.
taste pristine.
Hopefully, you know, maybe with this podcast, who
For
knows?
real.
We
Well-
skyrocket.
We're going to skyrocket. We're gonna be having cold fries with Drake, and he's gonna be like, "The fuck is this podcast?"
It's gonna be like the hot ones, you know,
Yeah,
something like that.
that'd be nice.
So,
But when I went to
Uh,
McDonald's in Qatar, the craziest thing was that I think I told George this.
yeah,
I asked for a Big Mac,
mhm.
and they said chicken or
or
beef.
beef.
A Big Mac and chicken or beef? That's insane.
And I was like, what?
How was
What?
good? How was Qatar, by the way? Did you enjoy
It,
it?
so it's like a small country, like very, very
Mm.
small. Like you can literally drive for 40 minutes and you go the entire country and back.
Tell them about the
Um,
jersey and the hotel room, or like the in the hallway.
oh yeah, and so so we were at this like display thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And they had all these jerseys, like historical jerseys from like because we were there for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they had all these historical jerseys from like different games, like the finals, whatever. And me
Hmm.
and my dad, we know a lot about soccer, so we were like saying, "Oh yeah, that's from that final. That one's from that one." Da da da
Hmm.
da da da. And this guy, this Qatari guy, like the first one we saw the entire trip, comes to us. He's like, "Wow, you guys know a lot about this stuff."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. We kind of, we do our little research. We know a little about the sport."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, this is all my collection." And, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, wow." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then we started talking. We had this
Uh-huh.
conversation. And at the end, he's like, "So what game do you want to go see? I got you." Like he literally said,
Yo.
"You can go to any game you want. I will get you tickets. Give me your
Damn.
WhatsApp."
Did y'all take the offer?
No, we were only there for like one more day.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
But yeah,
that sucks.
yeah, but
it's
I
a cool
mean, people.
country.
I know people in Qatar, they got deep pockets.
That oil money go crazy. That's the thing.
You don't see many of them. Like what we saw like on the streets was just like the imported workers who are now
Mm.
gone. The country's empty now. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
It's like that in one of the capitals of like India or something, or where was it? Burma. Like they made the new capital in Burma. It's just completely empty after like the workers left. But I mean, they for the construction that like the people have done in most of these countries, it looks really well done. Like and it looks really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of people like, suffered.
I know that's the bad part about it. Slavery
Yeah,
bad. We should get that out of the way.
yeah.
Slavery's bad.
But nah. But look, yeah, nah. It's just somewhat unfortunate. I don't know.
But it looks cool.
Yeah, and the games were fun, right? You got to see that in person. Like,
Oh yeah, 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 for sure.
yeah.
The games were fun.
Dude, I
Wait,
wanted to
what?
see Argentina Croatia. What's up, Ryan?
I was gonna ask him what game did he watch?
Oh yeah.
So we went to two. We were trying to get to a third, but we just couldn't get tickets for that one. We went
Hmm.
to Portugal, Ghana.
Oh,
So I saw Ronaldo score his first and last goal of the World Cup.
Nice.
And then
Mm.
we saw the U.S. England game, which was hype.
all
That was
that.
so cool
That's hype. That's hype. Like
because like
England.
we were there to like support the U.S. and so like it
Hmm.
was crazy like trash talk before the game between like the Americans and the English people. It was
British.
just so funny.
Is US good now or no? I remember them
We
being like
we
trash.
the game was a tie though, but like yeah, they were kind of good.
Okay, that's good.
You think a couple serial killers came out of that game
I don't know
after
because like after
after?
the game, like the stadium is so weird. Like they had a McDonald's, they had a McDonald's literally right next to the stadium. So like
Uh-huh.
there's no parking lot by the way in these stadiums. So
You
you have to
can't
like
get
walk
murdered in the parking lot.
10
What?
miles
Damn.
and then
That's crazy. Like, do you see a lot of cars though? Is there a lot of cars or no?
yeah, they have cars, but there's just no parking lots, and that blew my mind. Like I was like, that's just not practical.
Yeah, it's not practical at all if you think about it.
You gotta like Uber everywhere or something like that.
We Ubered everywhere.
Yo,
If not, then
that's
taxi.
yeah,
Da da da
or
da.
taxi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
but
Instead of getting murdered in a parking lot, it's by the taxi driver or something like that. Nah.
oh yeah, actually, like one of the victims that was part of the Zodiac killer, it was something like that. I think so it was this lady like driving, and her car was like it was fine, and or like one of the wheels was wobbling, and then the Zodiac killer was driving next to her, and he told her he would help her, and then instead of like fixing her tire, her wheel, he like made it worse. So then she had to rely on him to to drive her. And
Yeah.
then that's when I think he tried to kill her, but I think she survived. I don't know if you guys heard of that story.
I don't know
That
about that.
one,
What's up?
if I remember, I don't really remember that one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, there were a bunch of them, but it's pretty interesting.
That reminds me of Ted Bundy. He used to do like the crouches thing, like outside of the
Mm.
trunk of his car and pretend to be like disabled or whatever, and just like
Oh yeah, yeah.
smash like a woman's head into like the trunk and just throw him in or something. I don't remember. It was something like that. It was nuts.
Yeah,
Some
that's insane.
nutty people over here. They don't have
These
that in
people are
Qatar,
insane.
bro.
I'm saying.
Yeah, they do not have that in Qatar.
Do you guys know about the Manson murders?
What's that?
Yes. Oh my God. I
You
was
know
gonna
about that,
mention
Mayumi?
that. Okay, because
Yes.
look, I went to New Orleans, right? And New Orleans is very like has a reputation for being like very spooky and
Mm.
witchy stuff. And I went to this kind of like popular museum. It's called
Mm.
like the Museum of Death. And they
Oh.
have like a bunch of like things on the walls and like artifacts of like serial killer stuff and like information like newspaper shit. And I saw about like the murder of Charles Mason. Like he was basically like the head of a cult,
Mm.
right, Ethan? And then with his cult followers, which a lot of them were like women, like kind of young women. He
Hippies.
was like he had like
Hippies.
a whole community. He had sex with
hmm
them. He
hmm
was
hmm
it was a little cracker, and he managed to like get these women or like his followers to kill people for him, and he never killed no one. He was just like the puppet master. It's
The
pretty wild.
brainwashing, that's insane.
That's like
Mhm.
Well,
Jacobstown type of like manipulation. God damn.
the funny thing about Manson, right? So they had like this ranch, they called Spawn Ranch, and like
Mm.
they kind of like built their own little like town, and like they just kind of lived there, plotting. And then the famous person that they killed, because they also target celebrities. So like they killed like her name was Sharon Tate,
Mm.
and she was the wife of this filmmaker, Roman Polanski, and she was pregnant, and they stabbed her
Yeah,
like 30 times.
Holy.
yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
And
Yeah.
this was depicted in a movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino. But he changed history, like he rewrote it as in a way that so that they could get the revenge like that didn't happen in real life. So it's kind of cool. I really like that movie.
And for that girl, for the girl that they killed, I know I read the yeah. Oh, they were trying to make it look as it was like a race thing. Like they were trying to blame like black people. They were trying
Mm.
to make it like as if they made the murders. So they wrote like pig as if like these people were like black people murdering, and they were like
Uh,
police are pigs and that's why we kill this woman. And so they were pretty like messed up in a lot of ways. They I don't think they even like wanted to like own up to their crimes. So
mhm.
it's like way different, how some serial killers are like, yes, I want credit, like I want the attention, and some others are like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a point I made earlier, Mayumi. It's I don't
Mhm.
know. People are just crazy. But talking about crazy, I feel like what do you guys think this is kind of off topic, but I don't know if you guys use Reddit. There's a bunch of crazy users on Reddit. If you go on Reddit, you're gonna see some wild stuff. I don't know, like
More than
there's
half of it
there's
isn't true though. You know that.
yeah, and nowadays most of it is not true, but there's actually a subreddit on the one of the topics we're talking about, Zodiac Killer, and every day there's like people trying to cipher who it was, which is insane. People still to this day want to know. I personally believe that the Zodiac Killer is dead. I don't know about you guys.
That shit happened in the '60s though, right? Like, come
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Late 60s, early 70s. Yeah.
It's a
I think they're dead.
My dad is 64 and he like he was born in 1960. He would not be able to do that. He's already old as hell. I don't think like the if the Zodiac killer is still alive, he's probably in a fucking nursing home. You know what the hell are they gonna gain out of like fighting him? They're like, we found you, piece of shit. What?
That
Or
was
something like
that was
that.
the thing. Like
Yeah.
when they said they found him finally. Like let me look it up because they said like he was just like chilling
Yeah.
like in his house in like his porch or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they said that this guy named Gary Francis Post was the Zodiac killer.
Is that actually him, or is that like the best guess we've got?
That's what they say. Like that's their best guess,
Okay.
but like
Mhm.
it's not definitive.
In my opinion, they actually did find him, but like since a lot of people were like pointing fingers at like around, I feel like it kind of went under the table.
There's just like
But,
yeah, the people that don't believe it.
yeah, but they probably did find him.
They probably already have found him even before that, and like or like nah, it's probably this dude instead or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
There's like a bunch of crazy stuff like the documentaries too. Have you guys seen like Love Is One and stuff like that?
Love is one. No.
You guys haven't seen that? Like
Which one?
it's not Love Has Won. It's like it's not serial killer, but it's like pretty fucked up anyway. Um, there was this chickie that was like she like abandoned her family like to like or like her abusive family, I guess, like one of her dad was abusive or something, but she abandoned her family to like go and like find her spiritual journey, and like by the time she was 40 she amassed like a following on this website, and she would like be super mystical and stuff like that and sell this shit that had like silver in it, like, and
Mm-hmm.
you would
Okay.
drink it to like get rid of like diseases and stuff like that, like cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And then like that shit turned people blue. And she would tell people like, and her followers would be like, it's not supposed to turn you blue. If it turns you blue, you're doing it wrong. But the thing was, she believed it herself, so she would drink it, and she was turning blue, and like her
Everyone,
organs were failing, and they were like, no, no, she's completely fine until she literally fucking passed away.
I think I
everyone
heard
was,
about this.
Yeah,
I
yeah, and
think I
like
heard about this.
she passed away in like a hotel, and like her lover and like some people, like her followers, like
mm,
shipped her secretly out of the hotel, her body, and like brought it back to like their house in Arizona or something. And it took 10 days for the police to like find this woman dead, like in this wrapped blanket that all these like followers just had of her, just like in a random little cove somewhere.
they were
It's
trying to
fucking
turn
nuts.
into Smurfs.
I know, dude. It was nuts. Like you see, like the pictures. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it their skin? Was it their
It
hair?
was their
Like,
skin. Their skin. Yeah, like on their face especially, you could see it. It was like
wow.
fucking terrible. It was an interesting like a documentary. Only one person went to like jail for it. Everyone else was just acquitted. But he's not even like charged for murder because there was like the lover like convinced her to do a lot of stupid shit. Um,
Yeah.
but like all he is under house arrest. That's it. And then everyone else is just like in Florida somewhere. Like I think some of them are in Naples. Like some of the followers are still in Naples.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
So
we have them like as neighbors.
yeah, we gotta steer
Mhm.
clear
yeah.
of Naples. We don't go around there.
I'm gonna shoot a DM. Maybe we could restart it.
Yo.
I don't know
That's our
about that
startup.
one.
That's our startup for the podcast. We get a better location.
Yeah. What's it called? There's a documentary like not like that one, but what would you guys do if you heard like that someone like there was this lady that died and they found her dead, like she was like sociably like likable. She had a lot of friends, but she died and she was found dead like 3 years later because like there was stench coming out of her door. Like that's like I don't know, is that wild? Do you guys think that's like crazy?
It depends on like how old they are. So like sometimes when it's like old people, like they don't have people visiting them all the time, or let alone like once a year, or through once every 3 years or something
Uh-huh.
like that. You know, like some people just don't have like the people like going to other people's house consistently to check on them and stuff like that. But if
Yeah.
it's like a young person, then it's a bigger deal because usually they have a, you know, more
Yeah.
cemented place in society.
Yeah, she
But
was young. She was like 28, I think.
really,
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
But there's like a whole documentary on her, and there's a bunch
really?
of people. There's like people like that knew her that talk in the documentary, and it's like it gives you the chills. Like if you
They,
do watch
they,
it.
they didn't check up on her for 3 years.
Yeah.
No, like basically
What the fuck? Yeah, I agree with Ethan. What, they really didn't?
in the
But
documentary
they'll
they
do a documentary. Yeah, all right.
For
in the
real?
docu
God damn.
in the documentary they speak on that matter, like what happened those 3 years, like why didn't they like go and look for her, and like she had family as well, which is crazy, like but like I think she also got along with her sister, which and her sister comes out in the documentary as well. Like stories like that are like insane.
I don't think they like her.
No, like a bunch of people that came out in the documentary like talked about how like, physically attractive she was, how like bright she was, how like it's like when you think about it, it's crazy to think that she died and they found her like 3 years later.
It's like too bad she died. She looked hella hot though. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
And
she
she had
was
like
nice. Yeah.
she had a fiance as well.
What? How's that
Yeah,
possible?
but at that time they were
Was
like,
he in the documentary?
yeah, he was,
Imagine.
he
Oh no
was.
way. That's
Yeah,
the.
he was. I gotta find the name, but to share it I'll put it in the description down below,
Yeah.
and maybe if anyone is interested, they could watch it. But it was I don't know, it
Now
was
someone's gonna comment. Actually, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
yeah.
They put on the
Actually, they
glasses
did
like
check up
that.
on her.
Yeah.
False news, fake news by Brian Diaz.
No, no, no,
They
no.
watched the
I'm not
show.
trying to. I'm not trying to misinform here. That's all that I remember. That's all that I remember.
Imagine they
So.
checked up on her and they're like, all right, and just close the door.
Nah, dude, that's insane. Like, the, like she was like laying, like actually like laying on like a couch, and her TV was still on for 3 years.
For the
How is she
year?
paying for her TV bill?
I don't know,
Somebody
but
paid
That's
for
an
it.
overdraft, yeah.
but the yeah, the documentary is like insane. Like it just makes you ask like when you die, like is there gonna be someone there? Like I don't know. It's insane.
If you have loving family and like people that actually give a shit, probably. That's not a guarantee,
Yeah.
but probably. And from what I hear, that like that does sound a little bit phony. Like all these people that cared are saying that like after the fact. But
Hmm.
I mean, like you guys live in your parents' houses, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
you guys are gonna be
Yeah.
found immediately. If I'm like here and I die, one of them is not. They're not gonna care or open the door because they want to check on me. They're gonna be like, why the fuck does this one of my doormates have a raunchy ass smell coming from his dorm? So they're gonna call the RA and they're gonna, open the door and they're gonna find me here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'd rather die like that than be killed, honestly.
Well, how does she die,
Yeah.
Brian?
No, I think she did what they say, dude, I don't know. Like when it's like a documentary, I feel like they focus on like the entertainment factor, but this one was like real. I think they said that she died of sadness,
That's
which
not
Well, I don't
how
is
want to
that
laugh. I
works.
don't want to laugh at that she died, but like, it's just
That's
like,
not how that works.
isn't she? Wasn't she
I
like,
don't
I don't
know. I
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
That was the documentary, and that's what they said.
That's what they said.
That was just the way he delivered it. That was very funny.
You
I'm not laughing
can
at the fact that she died.
you can die of heartbreak. Like there's a condition like where
That's true.
heartbreak leads to things like messing up in
Yeah.
your body. But that's like the only one of the few like actual medical um, lines of reasoning where an emotion can directly affect someone's like health in such a
Yeah.
gravitational way. Where it's
Well,
just
emotion, yeah,
sadness. Like
emotion can like kickstart other things that
Yeah.
lead you to that. Like, for example, if you get too stressed or too excited, you could like get like a heart attack, right?
You can lose your hair. You can sweat blood. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can like kickstart, but it's not gonna be the reason. It'll just be like a, I guess like a, what's it called?
The catalyst.
Yeah, a
Catalyst, yeah.
catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, but like I said, like, it's usually just the start, or it's like at least one point where it goes to another thing, which leads to cardiac arrest, which leads to heart stops and palpitation.
Right.
It's not just sadness, you know, like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And then
Like
like
yeah,
you're just sad and you die, and that's it.
yeah.
yeah.
I drop my ice cream cone and just fall to the ground. Like, that's it.
Yeah. As a kid, though, as a kid, because
You know how many
you
kids would
know,
have died by now if that were the case?
yeah, yeah, but um,
What are fun
what others?
documentaries? Yeah. What do we got?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna ask what George was gonna. What other, you know?
Well, I was trying to think while you were speaking. I was like, that really sounds like this one documentary, but it also doesn't.
Um,
There's this really crazy documentary that I watched. There's two, but I want to talk about one of them only.
mhm,
This one, this guy, he's a serial liar.
A
So like his
pathological
entire
liar?
life,
Yeah.
he just lies
uh-huh,
everything. So he was in jail in like Spain,
uh-huh.
and somehow finessed his way into tricking everybody into thinking he was the son of some American family that was missing for like 5 years. And they came from America to Spain, picked him up, and he finessed his
The-
way into their family. They literally believed that he was their son.
Wait, did he look like their son or no?
No, not at
How do you
all.
finesse
Yeah.
someone to like
And
believe
and he
that?
had an accent. He was taller, didn't have the same eye color, but like they just took him. And so like the documentary was insane because it's like, why?
I
They
think I.
obviously knew it wasn't their son, but why did they take him back?
Yeah. Wow.
And so it really just goes over like how in a way they knew he wasn't their son, but also because they were missing their son, they just
Yeah,
took him and they kind of just like lived with it.
yeah,
But then at the end, it turns out when like everything started like falling apart, they realized that their son may actually just be dead and that the family killed him. And
uh-huh,
instead of, like actually looking, because the guy, that the liar, he's like, why haven't you guys been looking for your son? Like, it's been like
yeah.
5 years.
The guy said that to the family. It's
Like,
like, you know, like he literally has to like, you know, I'm not the real one, right? Where's the other one?
yeah, and he's like, it's been like 5 years, and then he comes to the idea like, they killed that man, and they're using me as a cover up.
Damn.
Oh
Oh, so
shit.
he was getting finessed in the long run.
But then at the end, it's also like, is this just another one of his lies, or is he actually
Uh-huh.
telling the truth this time? So that was the cool part of the documentary, because like they tell you at the beginning, all this dude does is lie. And so
Oh.
when you come to this part and he's like, oh yeah, they killed their son, is he lying or is he
That's
actually telling the truth this time? So I thought that
that's
was really cool.
yeah, that's the contrast. That's like the climax of the documentary. Like he
And it's a
said,
true story. So it's
How do we
like,
know it's a true story if he lies about everything?
well, no, it's like a third party that like did the documentary.
Oh, okay. So why can't we verify it with like the family or something and be like, hey, did
Yeah,
you
we killed
kill
their
your
son.
son?
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
we
No, they're not
gotta
gonna say it.
we gotta hit them up on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're the first guests on this podcast.
Yeah.
No, but that blew my mind when I watched it, because like he was literally like in jail, finessed his way to the U.S.
I
So
mean, people be lying. Yeah. I don't know if you guys seen the mini series, I think, of this girl living like Anna,
Hmm.
something like that. And it was like this girl that she like lied that she was from like a rich family and she got into like the group of like people that had a lot of money and celebrities and she
Yeah.
used to go to the fashion shows, right, Brian? You seen
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, I feel like when you guys t like say a name of like a documentary, I've never seen it, but like I feel like there's other stories like that one. And there's a lot of people who like do that stuff, like where they kind of, get like lucrative like involvement and like being in like the social circle where people have money,
just by like
like
it's talking good, you know.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like brainwashing as well, like which is insane. But those people are very, I feel like they're very smart in some scenarios, like to be able to like finesse everyone,
You
because
have to have charisma
yeah,
to like just like lie like that. Like it's really a skill.
yeah, that
Definitely.
is a skill.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's charisma, and sometimes it's just people are like low key stupid, you know.
Yeah, I
Cause like,
mean,
well, let me put it this way: like, have you seen? Okay, this is like a car thing, so you might understand this. You know
uh,
when Rolls Royce, Bugatti, Ferrari sell all these special edition cars that are
uh,
$20 million, right?
mm,
They're super exclusive. They're one of one, never gonna be made
yeah,
again. Yet they make like one of one of one of one of one of one of any single freaking thing they ever want.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
literally convincing rich people that their value, like their valuable little thing that they have, is supposed to be valuable. When in fact, the car that they make is like $200,000, and they're selling it for 2,000 times market value.
Like, if you've seen those cars, like some of those cars don't even have like Apple CarPlay.
They don't even
Like,
have a window at the front. That's
yeah,
the SB3 Ferrari.
like
Yeah.
I don't want to connect an aux cord to my. I mean, I do now. My car has aux cord, but I would enjoy spending $200,000 and being able to connect my phone through Bluetooth to hear music. Like
Let alone have air
those,
conditioning or bare
yeah,
essentials or something like that.
yeah. Those cars are just trophies. I feel like for people.
I'm just saying, rich people sometimes like get it wrong. You know, like sometimes they just
Yeah.
like mess it up and like they do something like that. Like they think that that's value, like the lack of
Yeah,
something, when in fact it's like you're just getting played. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a rich person. I don't know. No, I guess none of us are.
You're rich intellectually.
yeah.
Don't let
Shit.
Exactly.
anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get tricked. I'm gonna get tricked by the liar then.
No, Ethan gassing you up might actually make you rich. If
He's
you
gonna lie to
believe.
me.
I'm gonna finesse you.
Yeah, he's gonna finesse me out of my Corvette.
We
You can take
gotta
that fucking thing. That shit don't work.
we gotta watch out with Ethan. He might be the imposter.
He's the
I'm
liar
the
from Spain.
imposter.
He's the liar
Mm.
from Spain.
Do y'all remember like tying video games to this topic? Do y'all remember when Among Us was like
hmm
crazy?
hmm
Yeah, yeah.
That
The little,
The guys,
I
yeah.
don't even know how to
yeah.
describe the little
The
things.
little Among Us,
It's the
Yeah.
imposters. They're called imposters.
The imposters, yeah.
Yeah.
your crewmates.
Sussy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
the
hell
game.
no.
And he said, "Oh hell no," because he knew it was like,
I
"Oh
know what you're. No,
no."
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was there from the start to the end of it, dude. I
Yeah.
don't want. That's some shit left from 3, 4 years ago,
Mm.
and they're still talking about it in 2024. Like I thought that
Yeah.
meme would be dead by now. Like all the Among Us stuff.
It's
If
it's
for
because all
what's up?
sorry, yeah. It's because all the little kids watch reels
Yeah.
on Instagram or YouTube.
For the boomer audience who doesn't know, Among Us was a game that was very popular in 2020, 2021 when there was a quarantine. And in that game, you're supposed to pretend to be a civilian, to be a terrorist, like imposter type of thing, where you sabotage the mission that everyone's trying to do. And the crew has to vote out the people that are terrorizing the group. If not, they lose. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that's it. That's pretty much the
A
premise.
lot a lot of people like found it fun because you could play with friends and like you could also join like Discords where like people would just play for fun and it was a the game is more focused on like role playing, I feel like,
Yeah.
and being able to pose a certain character and being able to lie like Ethan was talking about that serial liar. I feel like a lot of liars were practicing through Among Us to lie.
A lot of YouTubers were as well. You remember that shit? Like some of that, like
Yeah,
Galaxy Brain Plays. Like
yeah,
they would talk about, they would literally gaslight other YouTubers like in front of like a live audience of 40,000
yeah.
people and just like get away with it.
Yeah, and it's funny
Uh,
because it was like live, so like users online were like roasting how dumb some of the other people were, which is funny. I don't know.
Yeah. And they couldn't read the chat because if not, it'd be spoilers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Shout out to our boomer audience though. I
Yeah,
love
for
you guys.
real. Our 45 to 54-year-olds out there.
The idea of the Zodiac killer just watching our our
Yeah.
podcast.
That's like what is it? Silent Generation or something? I think. I don't remember. It's the one after World
Him?
War II.
No, he'd be a.
It's not Boomer.
Yeah.
It's not like actual
No,
Boomer.
it's not a boomer. It's silent. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
silent. That sounds crazy.
That's imagine being born in the silent generation. Like you have to have some respect to be born in the silent generation. Like,
Wait, but why is it silent? Like, cause like they haven't done anything,
They
or
made
it was
no
the war.
noise.
It was the war. They what?
Oh,
They made no noise.
They made for a whole
They had
like
no
20
motion.
they had no motion. Yeah, wait.
No, because I think like they were just like chill compared to boomers. Like when boomers
Yeah.
came up, like they just became hippies and like protests and like the Vietnam War and stuff. So like compared to like boomers, they were like just quiet.
And then they came out of World War II, so they had like the recovery of the economic period to handle instead of the boomers who just kind of used that to their advantage.
yeah.
They had no motion either.
Hey, you said you had no money. Hey, yo.
This is all I got, bro. This is it.
Wow, he started flexing.
Someone's gonna
It's
go
like
For the
50
boomers?
straight
bucks.
from you.
Guys,
For the
don't.
boomers,
It's $58 total.
Oh,
you know how many fries you could buy with that?
And then that's it. And then I'm not gonna be found for 3 years.
yeah.
No, dude. But what's it called? What other stories? Is there like anything crazy that you guys have like experienced IRL, like
Like
in
ghost
real life,
stories.
or like serial killers? Like
I
I
mean,
know Mayumi.
if we encountered a serial killer, we probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, no.
Technically, you probably have. Statistically, you probably have.
Oh, like
You
on
probably
the street. Yeah.
on the street, in a
yeah.
car,
Yeah.
or like in Wendy's. It doesn't matter. Like you probably statistically have been around one.
I
You just
mean,
don't know.
some guy tried to hit on me when I was 14, but that was it. He was kind of predatory about it, but there wasn't like, I don't know. I wasn't stupid. I already knew what he was doing. That was it. I haven't
Yeah.
done shit like that. Yeah.
You kind of have a bad like feeling when things like that are,
Yeah, and you could tell when someone's hitting on you. At least like for men.
yeah.
Like I don't know why. I literally got hit on by another guy like 2 weeks ago. I haven't been hit on by a guy in like 10 years. It was the exact same thing.
Damn.
Yeah. Mayumi's laughing.
What can we say, George? Can't say anything.
I gotta get like a rainbow flag up in here, man. It's just a common thing. I don't know.
No.
I feel like Mayumi's the expert on this. though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, Mayumi's a female. What do you gotta say about it, Mayumi?
What do you have to say?
I mean, I don't know what to say really. I don't know. I just feel like I get hit on by old men. Not really.
Have
I
you
mean,
ever?
once recently it happened. I went because I'm 22. I
Mm,
went to like a club bar,
uh-huh,
and there was like a bouncer guy,
uh-huh.
and he was like maybe 40, 45, and he did try to hit on me. He did try to hit on me, and I was like, why would you do that? Like, I could be your daughter. Like, that's disgusting. That's creepy for me. And I
Wh-
literally told him, he asked me, how old are you? Because he was like, oh, can I take you out to dinner? And I was like, I'm too young for you. And he was like, oh, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 19. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to come here. Like, I'm not
She's
even
the
21.
serial liar.
Yeah.
She knows what she's
She's
doing.
a serial liar.
Hey, stranger danger. I was like, no,
That's
no.
No, but
It's-
sometimes you have to lie like that because like
Protective serial lying. That's good. That makes
It's-
sense.
I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes it's better to look younger than your actual age, It helps you get out of, those situations.
Exactly. I look.
or or it just speeds it up depending on who you're
Yeah, no,
dealing with.
people have weird,
People be actually weird. You'd be surprised.
On some fuck shit. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you guys look pretty young, especially like Brian and George. Like I
Um,
knew you guys were like 18, 19, like
Brian's
in that.
20 though.
Brian's 20?
yeah.
Brian doesn't look
That's
Yeah,
that.
good though. That's good
He looks.
though.
I
That's good
think.
though. He looks young.
I think Everyone looks their age. Like here. I think. Like
No,
everyone's.
dude, I don't think I look 20.
What do you think you look? Like 16 or some shit?
I've like, I feel like older people know how to like, like the aunts and like grandmothers know how to like, tell age really well. So like when I meet like, those like, ladies in the street, the nice ladies, they're like, "Oh, you look so young. How old are you? 15?" And I'm like, "Bro."
Yeah, that's
damn.
crazy.
Well, first
That's
off,
Yeah.
that's not gonna last forever for any of us. And second, they're the ones that got wrinkles. So you know what? They can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their little problem.
Well, I mean, you'd be surprised how crazy people are. Like working at a restaurant, like you do
What
get hit
happened?
on by like
Yeah, like
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah, like as a
everything,
waiter.
everything. I'm not even gonna say every girl, like everything
Mhm.
that moves. Like if you're just young, you just get. It's just
They're not even considerate either. I've heard some
like
crazy shit.
they'll be with their husbands, they'll be with their daughters, they'll be with their families, with their friends. They'll just get hit on by anybody, literally anybody. It's fair game at a restaurant, and I feel
That's
bad for the servers also,
yeah.
because that's even worse.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know.
restaurants are like surprisingly like one of the worst battlegrounds of humanity to exist. You know, you feel me? Like all the
Yeah.
Karens go there, all of the freaking like oldies that want to complain about one thing wrong in their menu or something like that.
I know Ethan works at a restaurant, but has anyone ever worked in the food industry?
I have too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
What happened?
Where?
Yeah.
I won't say where.
Okay, well, what
I don't
happened?
want to
Wait,
put it out
Like
there.
wait,
what
but
good
how was
stories do you
it?
got from there? Yeah, how
Wait,
was
but
it?
how was it?
I'll tell the stories. People like Ethan can, I'm sure he knows this, but the back scene of restaurants, like you want when you go to a restaurant as a customer, you go there, you eat with your friends, with your family, like you're chilling. Well,
Um,
you're there sitting and doing that shit. There's people, the people that work there are doing crazy shit. Let me tell you, in the back, by the coolers. At least for me, I
damn.
saw people like smoking.
Uh,
Everybody's smoking like their nicotine thing.
Yeah.
You know, people smoking weed.
was it like a family, like a small like little restaurant thing?
No, 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 not at all.
It was a
Like
franchise?
like a big chain.
Yeah, not like a big chain, but like like a big restaurant for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
okay.
Really? Because I feel like in bigger restaurants they like crack down on that more.
No, and the chefs, the cooks are like the most crazy people. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Miami though, so that's kind of what you get around here. You know, like you get
I
some
don't know.
pretty unusual stuff.
Like I feel like that usually happens like they go to the bathroom and do that stuff, like but not like out of the open.
Like while they're saucing up, sauteing, and
Yeah.
yeah, and they're just puffing one out.
It's
Yeah,
like
our
Or
the
no,
chefs.
in the coolers, you go into the cooler and you do, some fun
Oh
stuff in
well,
the
Some
that
cooler.
yeah,
blow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The cooler, yeah, that's true. But
You guys
like,
do it in the
Oh,
cooler?
that's true.
Random.
That's true. So Ethan
well, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Ethan's
I've
detailed with the
I've
scene, huh?
in GTA,
In game, right? In game.
it, he,
in
he's
Roblox, I've seen it
he,
happen. So
he's
like,
he's informed. He's informed, guys.
He's our informant in the restaurant
Either
scene.
knows. Either knows. Especially when you're young. I was really young. I was like 18, 19 when I worked. And
Mm.
and I was very surprised. Like my mom, she's a chef, and she told me, don't ever work in a restaurant. And I was like, but they're gonna pay me good. She was like, okay, go see how it is, and you're gonna see for yourself.
Uh,
And I was like, yeah, it's pretty crazy people. Like
that's another
very sad
thing.
too. Most
Yeah,
of them, at least that I saw, they're just like very sad. So
Yeah.
and you guys would be surprised. You get like served food by like your server, and like 3 seconds before they were like literally fist fighting another server, or they were like bawling their eyes out. Like, and you would
yeah.
never know. You would never know because like everyone is somewhat professional, but
yeah,
There are
stuff
some
happens. behind the scenes that's just like, oof.
There's like really good people there in restaurants though. Like sometimes the servers are just like actually sainted people. I remember in my favorite restaurant when I was younger, they like we had like our usual server come to us and we would just talk about life and like how his
Mm.
family's doing and stuff like that, like updates and stuff. And it was just like it was actually it felt good to like know that he was okay, stuff like that.
It's hard to get that nowadays.
Yeah, I know. It's like the community's kind of gone.
What's it called? Um, I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on people traveling. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I always see In-N-Out workers, and dude, I feel like they're one of the like happiest workers, like in like the fast food industry, because they're always smiling in the videos I see. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's YouTubers. It's because it's you like YouTubers buying their food, but they actually put effort into their work. I feel like I've never been out of the state, so I can't say I've ate, in and out. But it sounds it looks fire to be honest.
I've been to LA 3 times. I haven't tried In and Out. I want to though. We could, you and me, Brian. We can do some cool shit. We'll make some cold fries episode at In and Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just Uber Eats it from LA right
Like a
now.
$600 Uber Eats, bro. I'm not paying for that.
Come on the
They're gonna
plane.
be super cold, extra cold, right?
That's the point though.
If we get sponsored, then sure.
It's gonna be spoiled, not cold.
It'll be cold and spoiled, bro.
Yeah, like soggy, who knows?
Yeah. It's gonna have that delectable airline jet fuel sauce on it, right?
It's alright. We'll dip it in that thing that turns your skin blue. It'll make
Yeah,
it
the
better.
silver. Yeah, it was like silver
The
injection.
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. The waitresses and stuff like that, they put up with a lot. I was offered a job at like
Yeah.
at a restaurant in Central Florida, but it's like I was offered it because I was like a family friend, and I knew for a fact that if I were to take that job, I would never see like my family friends like the same way I would again, because I would be working with them. Not I wouldn't just be their like pretty much their sibling or like their son.
Yeah.
I would be working with them, and I know it's a completely different environment. Like if you're under someone like that, I didn't want to do it, so I just didn't. Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna do bad work, but it just changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah, and the
Or
perspective, like I don't want to talk about
yeah,
money with them, you know.
yeah. Involving money is always a hard, thing. But talking about bringing back the subject, I the Zodiac Killer never, talked about money. So we're gonna skip the topic today, and maybe next episode, guys, we talk about money or something else. We'll come up with a topic. Drop down your thoughts on what we should talk about next episode. Um, does anyone have anything to say?
How's everyone's fries looking?
That's
Oh,
another thing. We gotta rank the fries,
right.
rate it.
Yeah, we gotta rank it
Ranking.
before.
Yes.
I still
yes.
have
Log off.
some.
That means they weren't that
Uh,
good, huh?
No, they're fire. They're actually fire. I can't
Okay.
lie. But we'll put a chart right here, maybe in the middle, while we edit this, and
Okay.
we'll put the rankings from last video. This time we had George ate rice, Mayumi ate McDonald's fries, and Ethan ate Wendy's fries. So we'll have a little bit more of a ranking. I personally give my fries um a 7 out of 10. I would say that.
They're
What
homemade.
about
Yeah.
yeah? What about you,
How
Ethan?
about
Um, Wendy's fries. Shout out. I feel like the salt was good. I feel like it was a bit crispy. It had a little taste to it. So it might give them a solid 2 out of 10.
Hmm.
That fucking
Two.
sucks. That's like
What
one
about
away
you?
from like a raw potato.
Yeah. You ate them?
I did. There's none left,
Yeah.
but 2 out of 10.
Wow.
At least he's being honest.
Yeah.
What about you, Mayumi? What do you rate
I
your?
I also finished my fries. I really like McDonald's fries. I would say like they're not like the best, you know,
Yeah,
but I would say maybe like a 7, 8.
7, 8.
I'll say 8, you know, to be nice, 8. Yeah.
You
Like
see, that's
every.
the problem. Everyone wants to be nice. Nobody wants to be real. Like,
What about George? I saw George going like this while he was eating his rice.
Yeah, because this
Like
is
George.
fire. Homemade fried rice with the broccoli, the carrots, and the whole freaking soy sauce, everything like that. But I don't think I should count it on the list because it's technically not fries. It should be like on the side of the
Mhm.
list. But this should like at least, dude, cold. It's an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I had it when it was hot. It was immaculate. I'm literally gonna give it to one of my friends later. Like he's gonna come by and I'm just gonna give him the rest. Cause he couldn't make it yesterday. We were hanging out. And we were making this, but I'm gonna give it to my friend and I'm gonna eat the rest of it because this is fire.
Listen.
Yeah, I love this shit, man. I need to learn how to make it, but I have the recipe
Yeah.
and everything. I suck at cooking, but I'm still gonna do it. So hopefully we get it
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, it's like at cooking too. But
maybe Mayumi could teach us one day because she has it in the family.
I don't know how to cook at all.
um,
Yeah,
But
that's
you
one
were
of
in the
the issues.
restaurant.
It, as a freaking, you know, food runner, I wasn't even a
Ah,
server. No. My
Ethan,
mom, she's
okay.
really good at cooking, so she's like the one that cooks, and
We'll
that's it.
we'll ask her to do it then. Next
yeah.
episode,
yeah.
Miami's mother's fries. Let's see
Yes,
if we
We'll
rate
see,
for
it.
we'll
sure.
see, we'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe. What about you, Ethan? Do you know how to cook?
No,
We'll leave, we'll leave on this note.
absolutely not. Do not ask me to cook. Like,
Okay.
unless you want your kitchen to be like, I don't know, man.
For the
On
last
fire.
episode, the last
You
episode
heard
we should
Hell's
do
Kitchen? You know Hell's Kitchen? I'll turn
Hell's
it into
Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, bro. I'm
We're
not gonna
gonna
lie.
sum up Gordon Ramsay on here and see.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. The last episode
Alrighty.
we should make our own fries, let them get cold, and just rate that. I think that might be fun.
But
That
we
might
should
be
like
Uh,
give it
fun.
to each other so to read.
oh
Are we
We
making
can't
no.
hold
our
back.
own? Oh shit!
Yeah. But
I
we
thought it
can't
was
hold
like a.
back. Like no niceness, no none of that. Like be for real.
I thought it was gonna be like we all make one like collaborative effort to make a like decent fries or something like that.
Mmm.
That'd be interesting.
I'm still gonna shit on it. So like doesn't
Yeah,
matter. But
true. I
like
look less effort, less money.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
Yes.
this has been the Cold Fries podcast. I'm your host, Brian Diaz. And I don't know who's under me, but y'all say your names. Whoever wants to go ahead.
Not it.
all right, not it. My name is Ethan Centeno. It was a pleasure. I love you all. I love you all.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cute. My name's Mayumi Kanashiro. Thank you for watching. If you got here to the end.
Your dog is starting to act up. Oh, like you mentioned at the beginning, he was gonna act up. Only now he is. Yeah.
He held enough.
Yeah.
Um,
And, my
And
name is
George,
George Ross. Thank you for watching. This was fun as hell, and we'll hopefully make it to a live podcast next time. So yeah, thanks for watching.
alrighty guys.
Bye.